Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Chembasis. So in this video I am going to talk about how to calculate the efficacy of any vaccine. So you must have heard the word efficacy. So different vaccines are having different efficacy. Now you must be wondering that how this efficacy data has been calculated. There are some certain ways or certain methods which is being applied while calculating the efficacy of any vaccine. So in this video I am going to discuss in a very brief way that how you can calculate the efficacy of any vaccine. Now let's take an example of Pfizer vaccine. So this vaccine, it is a basically US made vaccine which has an efficacy of 95%. Now the question is that how this 95% of efficacy has been calculated. Now it is important to note that the efficacy is being calculated while doing the clinical trial process. Clinical trials. So what happened during that clinical trials? There is a large number of volunteers who are participated in some clinical trials, and these volunteers groups are basically divided into two groups. These volunteers are divided into two groups. So one group is called the vaccine group, and another group is called the placebo group. So what happened in case of vaccine group, the people or the volunteers which are in this vaccine group are getting the actual vaccine. On the other hand, the people or the volunteers which are among this placebo group do not get the actual vaccine. Instead of that, they get some kinds of placebo or some false vaccine. Now the one thing is very important to note that no one knows that who is getting actual vaccine and who is getting placebo. Even the person or the doctor who is basically injecting that vaccine also do not know that whether he is giving the volunteers a vaccine or he is giving the volunteers a placebo. So no one knows that. Only few certain people has that data that this much of persons, this much of volunteers or these volunteers are getting actual vaccine and these volunteers are getting actual placebo. So in case of Pfizer vaccine, during that clinical trials of Pfizer vaccine, total 44,000 volunteers has been participated. So among that 44,000 volunteers, 22,000 are among the volunteers group and the rest of the 22,000 are among the placebo group. Now after the clinical trials, so basically after administration of the vaccines or the placebo, their health conditions of these volunteers are continuously monitored. So during that clinical trials, it was found that total out of that 44,000 people, total 170 people are affected by COVID-19. Now when they are getting the details, so it was found that among the 170 people, 8 people are from the vaccine group and rest of the 162 people are among the placebo group. Okay, so you can see that out of the 22,000 people, 8 people are affected by the COVID-19 which are in the vaccine group, and in case of placebo group, out of the 22,000 people, 162 people has been affected by COVID-19. Now if you want to convert this number into the percentage, then the percentage will be 8 divided by 22,000 into 100, and which will be roughly around 0.0 0.036%. So only 0.036% of the people in the vaccine group are affected by COVID-19, and in case of placebo group the percentage is 162 divided by 22,000 into 100, that is equal to roughly 0.74%. So total 0.74% of the people among in the placebo group are affected by COVID-19. So this is the percentage for vaccine group, sorry, and this is the percentage of people who are affected by COVID-19 from the vaccine group, and this is the percentage who are affected by COVID-19 from the placebo group. Now if you take the ratio of these two number, so suppose you take the ratio of these two number, what you will get, the ratio is 0.036 and 0.74. So this ratio is called the relative risk factor. So this ratio is roughly around 0.048. Now if you convert it into the percentage, then the percentage will be around 4.8%. Now if we make it a rough percentage, then it will be around 5%. So what does it means? It means that the risk of getting affected by COVID-19 in case of the vaccine group is only 5% of what that in case of placebo group. Okay, so if 100 people are affected by COVID-19 in placebo group, then in case of vaccine group there will be only 5. So there will be only 5% chance of getting affected by COVID-19 who is fully vaccinated compared to those people who are not at all vaccinated, so that are from the placebo group. Okay, now if you just subtract this 5 from 100, so 100 minus 5, you will get 95, which is called the efficacy of that COVID-19 vaccine. So what does this 95% mean? This 95% means suggests that if anyone is vaccinated by that particular vaccine, he is 95% protected from the COVID-19. So you compared to that person who is not at all vaccinated. So that is called this efficacy. So from this efficacy or from this equation, we understood that higher the efficacy, higher will be the chance that the person will not be affected by COVID-19. So friends, this is the way how we could calculate the efficacy of any vaccine. So I hope that now you have understood it, and if you do have any questions or any doubt regarding this lecture, you can ask me through the comment section. And thank you very much for watching this video till the end. Bye bye.